Hi there, this is Mark Schauder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today. Today I'm here at Poway Martial Arts with Barry,
Mr. B.
Mr. B, Jessica, and Jordan. Who wants to tell everybody about what you guys do here?
I will.
Okay.
So we teach martial arts, of course, Poway Martial
Right.
Arts. Within Poway Martial Arts, we have a few separate pieces. We have Poway Kenpo Karate,
Right.
which is the original business here in Poway since 1984. I opened the school in 1984. And then I added the boxing club and a martial arts kickboxing, and then the boxing club, that was in 98. And then in 2001, we changed to the boxing club. And then I added jiu-jitsu back in 2005, so we have a whole jiu-jitsu program here as well. And then Poway Martial Arts is the umbrella name for
Okay.
those different entities within that. We have people here who just do the individual pieces. We have people who do more than one piece. We have children, we have teens, we have adults.
So families of all ages.
people of all ages can come here for sure.
Very good. And what made you decide to open the studio to begin with?
Well, it was a long time ago.
Yes.
In a galaxy far, far away. And so I had a regular job, and I had studied martial arts. My instructor at the time closed his school and moved to Missouri.
Okay.
And me and my friends who trained under him needed a school. I needed a school to train at, so I just opened a school.
Got it.
And I had that job for 2 years and ran the school simultaneously. So for 2 years I did both, and the business grew, and now it's pretty good size.
Pretty
place.
good size,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it started really small, but it's grown
Right.
steadily over the years.
And Jessica, why did you choose to follow in the family footsteps?
So that wasn't my original plan, right? I thought that I would be off in the world doing other things, but I realized a few years ago that martial arts wasn't something I could ever be away from.
Okay.
That whether I was participating in it myself or my kids were participating, I needed to be close to it because it was in me.
Okay.
And then I also always wanted to be a school teacher, actually. That was my dream growing up. But that didn't happen, and then I realized I could kind of like marry my two loves, right? And like teach and do martial arts. And it was something that I was going to be able to share with my family the same way it was shared with us.
Very good. And I don't know who wants to answer this. What motivates you? What drives you? What really gets the passion out for you guys?
For me, what I get the most out of the school is, of course, raising my family in the school.
Right.
It's a great opportunity to raise your children in your business, and a business like this is so fulfilling. And but you know, running the school for 35 years now, and in the process of handing it off to Jessica, and Jordan's works here as well. The fulfillment is all the times it comes back to me in the community when I see people who went here for, you know, when they were little kids, or
Right.
you know, different stages in their life, and they know me, and I kind of know a lot of them, but it's, you know, they're bigger now or whatever, but it just is very fulfilling
Or
to get.
Jordan's bigger now than they
Yeah.
first saw him, right?
Definitely there's
Just a little guy.
yeah, so I get a lot of fulfillment from having a business so long in the community,
Uh-huh.
contributing with this type of business, which changes lives. This
Right.
type of business changes people's lives for the better. So.
And what has surprised you most over those 35 years, or you know, the time that your kids have been involved?
Nothing surprises me after 35 years in business, but it's I think it's how you go forward into it. So I'm always moving forward. I don't look back very well, which is might be a good quality, I think, for the most part. So I'm always looking to the next day, and like I have students now, and I'm always grateful when I see former students, but they're former students, they're not here, but I'm motivated to contribute to a new group of students and members at our gym, get in great shape, and you know, learn skill, and have a great time when they're here.
Very good.
I think that's something that's really exciting, is not so much the biggest surprise, but tiny little surprises along the way.
Okay, I like that.
Because we've all had experiences where we had students who maybe didn't really believe in themselves too much, or who maybe struggled through all kinds of stuff. Being in front of a group of people, even just coming into the room. You know, we have students who, usually they're younger,
Right.
but they won't even just come into the room, and we work on it, and then they come in, and then after some time or months or whatever, they have this moment where it all clicks, and all of a sudden you realize you're a part of them finding their strength or their power. And that is super exciting, and you
Their
know that,
development.
yeah, and you know, or at least you hope that they're gonna be able to take that with them onto wherever they go next, you know?
Mhm.
Even when they're grown, they've grown, they've developed right in front of you. That's my favorite part.
Very good. Jordan, anything to add?
What inspires me?
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, I guess a lot of kind of repeating what Jessica said, seeing the students kind of just grow as a person. I mean, because knowing that like we went through the same thing, so we know like what the process is like. You know how difficult it can be at times. You know, just whether it's in the karate school or if it's outside of the karate school, there's so much going on, and how you deal with certain situations can really help being in the karate school, kind of learning to deal with certain things, try to figure out all those feelings and emotions and certain, whenever you're in a certain position and all that. So seeing a student or like a boxing member, maybe come in and yeah, they are a little timid or they're not very confident. They're just very, very to themselves, and then to see them kind of progress to where, whether it's a month or a year, or whatever, however long they decide to stay, you do see that growth, and that is
Confidence.
That is, yeah, and confidence is probably that's probably my favorite thing to see is as a student come back and just have just some different level of confidence, like a different type of confidence, and it really just it makes you kind of believe in what you're doing a little bit more every time you see that. So
Very good. What is it that your students love about the studio?
I think it's just the family atmosphere, and not just because there's a family that's running it, but because there are families here that are doing martial arts, karate, and boxing, kickboxing. They're all doing it together, so they're all coming in, and when you come in here, you're kind of exposing yourself because you're letting yourself out,
Right.
doing karate and kickboxing, boxing. So they're all kind of growing together, and there's something about doing. About going through martial arts together as a family that kind of makes that bond even stronger, and then especially like with your instructors or your coaches and other fellow classmates, and I think that's
No,
okay.
I get it. What is it that people don't know about the family that you might want to share?
I don't know. I think
there's
Oh, I know.
3 other siblings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're
there's-
bigger than this.
there's-
Yeah.
we
We're a
have
lot bigger
other
than this.
siblings, and
That's true.
we've all been doing this our whole lives,
Mhm.
so.
And they all grew up here, so Jessica would have been like 1, I guess, when I opened the school, and Jordan wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the school, I don't know, 9 years when he was born.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so
So he was crawling around.
he was literally like I'd be holding him in my arms
Pictures
teaching
everywhere.
class. He'd be on my shoulders. He'd be in his little playpen over on the side, and then he's
Yes.
crawling around, and then he's running back and forth, and he's mimicking everything we do.
And
Yes.
now he's an instructor.
And now he's an
Yeah.
instructor.
A really good one.
Thanks.
Any memorable experiences besides this one,
Man, God.
My most memorable experience is going to be my black belt test, the first
Okay.
one, because it was a long time between like brown, because in our system there's a few levels of brown belt and then black belt right after that. But for most people, there's not like 20 years in between that time, but there was for me. And so my most memorable experience is taking that test as a 30-something-year-old mom of 3 kids and having to like create new fitness goals for myself and then achieve them and then make it through that whole test. It felt like it had come like full circle.
Mhm.
I'd started this journey when I was 5 years old, and I remember watching my mom and my dad be my first instructors. And it always seemed like an impossible goal. Like it was never going to happen for me. Life got busy. I have a family. So being able to finally say, because it was almost a joke. I think people were like, "When are you ever going to get your black belt?" But I loved being able to say, "I did it," and I wasn't, super young and super fit, but I made that happen with my family behind me, and I think maybe I appreciated it more
Mhm.
after all this time, and I think that's probably why I love it now so much more than before, because I experienced all that really cool transformative stuff that happens in the karate class later in
Mhm.
life, which is why I want to share that with not just the kid students, but adult students as well. We all have challenges and stresses and fears, and this is one really, really amazing way to tackle all of those things
Mhm.
and come out on the other end feeling good and strong and healthy and being able to manage the rest of our lives easier because of this.
Got it, got it.
And just put her test in perspective.
Right.
She got her brown belt when she was 12, and then, like she said, about 20 years went by. And in the meantime, her little brother's passes her and gets his black belt, and
Yeah,
and
and
then
some.
and so her test board, because we have, you know, it's a black belt test board, so it's me, her mom, her older brother, and her younger brother all on her test board testing her.
Yep.
And so yeah, it was a proud moment for us, but still we have an obligation to our credibility and the integrity of our art in our school. So
Right.
we're tough, you know. It's these tests
Yeah,
are
they
tough.
weren't easy on me.
Yeah, we're not easy on anybody, let alone our, you know,
You're on-
who's going to inherit
Yeah,
the school. So
exactly,
she's,
Right.
exactly.
you know, very skilled.
Speaking of that, what's the best way for people to find you?
Well, of course, you can come to the school,
Okay.
13246 Poway Road. We're in the Lively Center, the center with the Poway Car Wash and the Bellis Beauty Academy. What else is in here? The O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Anyway, we're there. You can do that. You can email school@powaymartialarts.com, or you could call us 858-486-1003. And
Sorry.
find us on social media. This is my
Instagram.
social media people. They can tell you how to find us
Yeah, we're
there.
about the right age for that, right? Yeah.
So tell them maybe how to
How
reach
to find us
social
on
media.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, so the Instagram handle is at Poway Martial Arts, which is one word, no crazy letters or anything, just Poway Martial Arts. We're always posting pictures of classes and videos of classes and fun things that we're throwing in parties that I know Jessica likes to
Special
throw,
events.
special events. You know, we like to be really, really involved. So it'll be everything beyond there, and then also the Poway Martial Arts Facebook page, which is also just at Poway Martial Arts. All the updates are up there, and yeah,
Perfect.
check us
Follow
out.
us, please.
Perfect, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Thank you.
Mark,
Thanks for
thank you.
sharing.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Thank you,
doing this.
thank
We
you,
appreciate it.
thank you.
This is Mark Schauder with Sotheby's International Realty with another episode of Poway Today.